I got a problem.
What's that, Omar?
People on the internet say I'm too damn small. They say I gotta build size. And they're not just talking about my calves. They're talking about my biceps, my triceps, my forearms, my soleus. And they say, you know, whatever, you're the 3 out of 5 natty king, but you still gotta build more muscle. So my question to you, I already made a video on this, but what is the true natty muscular potential? Can I get swole like Ronnie Coleman? Like, what I got in me?
Well, there is a potential, and it's probably slightly smaller than Ronnie Coleman, but it's actually hard to say for sure. A lot of people, when they talk about natural muscular potential, they bring up the FFMI, the fat-free mass index.
Right.
And lots of people use the cutoff of a FFMI of 25 as this person's probably not natty if they're above that. But there are a few problems with that. The first is it was based on data from before steroids existed, so basically from the early 1950s and back. And the thing about that is you're making some assumptions. One, you know you have a good subject pool because steroids didn't exist, so no one could have been on steroids.
Sure. Yeah.
But if you're saying that the muscle you see on those people is the greatest that people could possibly get without drugs, you're assuming that the genetic pool in the sport of bodybuilding at the time was as good as it was ever going to be. The maybe 300 bodybuilders in the world in the 1940s, because it wasn't a huge sport. You're assuming that the top of those people had absolutely the best genetics anyone could possibly have for building muscle. You're also assuming that we haven't made any sort of progress since the 40s or 50s in terms of training methods, or in terms of nutrition, or in terms of supplementation. I mean, supplements, they don't make a huge difference, but you know, you're basically assuming they make no difference at all. So, you know, when you look at all of those things, and then the best people at the time, like Bill Pearl, you're looking at FFMIs in the 26s and 27s anyways. Right. So above that 25 cutoff. So, you know, very reasonably someone could have an FFMI of 26, 27, maybe right around 28 and still be natty. The thing is, the higher it gets, the lower percent chance there is.
Can you delve into using the analogy now of that larger gene pool of Kenyans you were saying before? Like, what were you saying? The thing of powerlifting and marathon running, what was that analogy?
So if you read the book, The Sports Gene, the author David Epstein, a point that he makes is a lot of times when you're looking at world records in a given sport or a given event, a lot of times when a new people group that are very genetically endowed for it find out that it exists, the records drop off very quickly. So for example, the marathon, the records had been, you know, going down very slowly. As soon as the Kalenjin tribe of Kenya found out that marathons existed, well, they are now the people who win all of the marathons, and they took the record down very quickly. Same thing with the Jamaicans in the sprint. The world record sprint was around 9.9 to 9.8 for a long time, and then as soon as Usain Bolt and Johan Blake and that whole generation of Jamaican sprinters, as soon as that became a huge sport in Jamaica, those records started falling as well. So, you know, you very well could be seeing something like that in natural bodybuilding. Again, most of the natural bodybuilders were basically, you know, there weren't that many of them.
300, like in the 40s. It was a very small pool.
I mean, I was just throwing out some random small number.
Right.
But there are definitely more people lifting weights now than there were then. So if you're assuming that the best of the best then would be the best of the best now, you're assuming that the people who found out about the sport very early on had the perfect genetics for the sport, and people, you know, that the gene pool hasn't improved at all over time.
So Greg, let me ask you this. You're talking about the genetic elite. You're saying that the maximum potential might be more than what we previously thought. So from like 25 of a fat-free mass index to like 26, 27, maybe even 28. That's all fine and dandy. That still represents the upper tier of people. For the average person watching this video, what can they walk away with? Because they're thinking, you know what, yes, I get it. Kenyans are friggin' awesome at marathons, right? Jamaicans are great at sprinting. I'm neither Kenyan nor Jamaican. I'm just a guy trying to put on size. I'm probably in that middle zone, right, when we draw a bell curve of people. What can I look, when we look at these studies, what I take away from this, my maximum potential?
realistically, what you need to walk away with is none of this fucking matters to you, because, you know, again, even if you're talking about 27 versus 25, that's still talking about the elite of the elite, what they can accomplish without steroids, and realistically, that's a fraction of 1% anyways, which most of us aren't. So, you know, just do what you can do and try to get bigger. If that number is what you have in the back of your mind, that might be okay as motivation, but really don't worry too much about the things that other people are doing, and just try to get as big as you can.
So, like I was saying about my biceps and people saying I gotta get bigger, what am I walking away with today, Greg?
And all you can really do is get your sleep, eat your Wheaties, do your curls, do your pec deck, do your damn calf raises, and get as swole as you can get.
Right, and then at the end of the day, it's always about yourself, right? And your own potential. Don't compare yourself to like the genetic elite.
Yeah, I mean, that's good life advice. It's always about you. Like, everything is about you.
Right.
Right from Omar.
Yeah.
His words, not mine.
Yeah, his words.
But still true.
Guys, that's the video. At the end of the day, if you want to make gains, you got to put in the time and effort. A lot of us won't even reach our own potential in our training career, right? It's more effort than anything else.
Much less the theoretical potential way out there in the ether.
Yeah.
Whatever that may be.
Yeah, we all got to put more time in the gym and be more consistent, right? So don't let that theoretical limitation stop you from achieving your gains. Guys, that's the video. If you liked the video, make sure to like the damn video.
Like the video.
Like the video. Check the resources in the description for more information, and we'll be seeing all you guys in that next video. Peace.